So my 42nd birthday is tomorrow, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I thought I would be further along in life by now. However, I'm not gonna cry about it because I know that everything happens in its proper timing. Like, I thought, the writing would have taken off by now. Some of the pivots that I've made from, real estate and, marketing and all these things would have maybe popped off and resulted in more money at this point, and they haven't. But the only thing I can do is keep going. So the alternative is to give up, continue doing what I was doing before, and then hope that something changed, which that doesn't even make sense if you think about it. How can something change if you keep doing the same thing? At the same time, if you set yourself on a path of something that you actually want, a vision that you have, and you're consistent with it, yes, things will pop off. But you can't go back to something just because it's familiar and it feels safe, because then you're back to not creating and living the life that you actually want. I think we create these imaginary timelines that really don't serve us. Yes, you might have mile markers to make sure you're going on the right path, but if that timeline that you've set, sometimes it's a society one, but if it's something that you've set, you have the ability to adjust it and be flexible with the way you need it to be. So if I were to think about the timeline of where I thought I would be at 42 and where I actually am, and allow that to like kick me in the pants and make me feel sad about it, then that's not really helpful. Timelines serve a purpose, but it shouldn't be something that is making you feel bad about yourself or something that is holding you back because you're stuck in what that timeline says you should be at. So I'm not behind, and you're not behind. When I think about what I'm doing right now, so starting this year, 2026, I started writing on Substack consistently. I started sharing my writing more publicly. Just 2 years ago, I saw that I had a post where I said I was afraid to call myself a writer. So that's progress right there. That's something that I actually should be celebrating. That's progress. When I think about just even 2 years ago, when I was writing about still being single and my self-love journey, and now 2 years later, I'm married. I did things on my timeline because to me, getting it right is better than rushing into something that is actually not meant for you. That goes for relationships, it goes for jobs, it goes for opportunities. It's better to wait and be in alignment with yourself and what your vision is than rush into something that is actually not meant for you and something that ultimately will not last. So really, if you think about it, the problem here is that we are comparing ourselves to one, the version of ourselves we thought we would be at a certain point. We are also comparing ourselves to other people's timelines. So maybe it's someone else's highlight reel on Instagram, or it's your friend that you went to college with who seems to be doing better than you. You never know, really. But we know comparison is the thief of joy. So we have to let those comparisons just go by the wayside because they're not helpful in any way. The only person that you should be comparing yourself to is the version of yourself that you were before. Are you evolving? Are you growing? That should be really the point of measurement that you use. So how about we reframe this? What if you're actually not behind? What if you are exactly where you're supposed to be? And I'm talking to myself too. What if the progress that you can't see is just under the surface, but if you quit now, you still won't make it there? Maybe you're blocking your own blessing by even thinking about quitting. Maybe. So tomorrow I'm turning 42. And that's a blessing. I'm happy to be getting older because that is, some people don't even make it there. So that's something to be grateful for, something to smile about. And I'm not exactly where I thought I would be, but I'm not giving up. And neither should you. So I make these videos for women who are ready to do something different. You're ready to make a life pivot, but maybe you are just on the verge. You're afraid to take that step. I created a free email course for you to grab at the link in my bio where you're walking through prompts that'll help you figure out what is really stopping you from making that change. So go ahead and grab that link, and I will see you guys tomorrow on my birthday.